Newsflash 1. 3 months after a ceasefire in Gaza, Israel has again opened fire. Palestinian authorities say at least 3 Palestinians were killed in 2 separate incidents in the Gaza Strip. Since the ceasefire agreement last October, Israel appears to be stepping up military actions once more. Newsflash 2. U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said that following large-scale protests in Minneapolis, hundreds more federal officers will be deployed to Minnesota on Sunday and Monday to protect immigration and customs enforcement and Border Patrol personnel. Around 2,000 federal officers are already stationed in the area, marking the largest operation in the department's history. Newsflash 3. President Donald Trump says he wants to help Americans burdened by credit card debt, proposing a 1-year cap on credit card interest rates at 10%. However, he did not explain how the plan would be implemented or enforced. Analysts note that such a measure would require congressional approval and faces significant hurdles. Newsflash 4. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said the Treasury has sufficient funds to issue refunds if the Supreme Court rules Trump's emergency tariffs illegal, though repayments may be spread out over time. He said he does not expect the court to strike down the tariffs, adding that refunds would amount to a windfall for companies that passed costs on to consumers. Newsflash 5. 1 week after the U.S. military operation that led to the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, American military personnel and equipment continue to gather at ports in Puerto Rico. A U.S. Navy ship remains docked with helicopters on board. Amid rising tensions in the Caribbean, the continued presence signals heightened regional military readiness. Newsflash 6. Bushfires in southeastern Australia are expected to take weeks to bring under control. The fires have destroyed homes and left thousands without power. More than 300,000 hectares have burned in Victoria since midweek, damaging at least 130 buildings. Over 30 fires remain active, with some in neighboring New South Wales rated at the highest danger level. Officials say this is the worst fire crisis since the 2019-2020 Black Summer. Newsflash 7. Hundreds of demonstrators marched in Paris in solidarity with anti-government protesters in Iran, calling for regime change. Protesters waved "Free Iran" signs and burned images of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei near the Eiffel Tower. Iran is facing its largest protests in years, with dozens reported dead. Tehran has threatened retaliation against the U.S. and Israel, while President Trump is expected to receive a briefing Tuesday on how to respond.